Welcome back to the channel. Today we're working on a 1953 Minneapolis moline UB. Right here it is. We are going to be pulling the weights off, the wheels off, and the hub to get to the axle seal. It's leaking pretty bad down here. So I do have new ones right here. There's the part number for Magco. That's the regular seal. Here's the felt. Goes on the outside. We'll be putting those on today. So hang with us, we'll get to it here. Alright, I got the weights off, and all these here are loose. You take them loose before you knock the wedges out, just in case they don't jump out at you. So all the nuts are loose, wedges are loose, so now we'll pull them off and get the cast center out next. I'll be back. Okay, got the tire off. You gotta take all 8 of these bolts out. Make sure you use a cherry picker or something to carry it, because that's very heavy. That center cast iron is very heavy. I took the ones off my other U, and the hub and this together on both sides, I lost 600 pounds putting pressed steel on. So they're very heavy. Okay, we'll be back in a minute. Okay, I got the cast center off and the hub off, and you can see it's very wet around there. What we're going to do next, I'm going to take these 4 bolts out right here, and I'll bring you back when I get that off. Okay, here's the felt seal right here. I already started it out. You just need a hook or something to hook in there and pull it off. It comes out first. You can see definitely oil soaked. You take that off, and you got to take this off. Be careful, because there are shims in behind here. You got to put it back exactly the way it was. Let me get that off, and I'll show you what it looked like. Alright, here it is. I got it off. Be very careful with it when you take it off. That's where your felt goes on the outside. Here's the seal, and as you can see, it's leaking. This little notch right here, I don't know if you can see that. That lines up on the axle housing with that grease. When you grease the rear end right here, there's a grease cert. It comes down through there and puts a little grease in that, through that notch right here. And this only goes on one way. That notch lines up with that notch in that hole in the axle housing. And be very careful of your shims. Whatever you take out, put right back in. They're really flimsy. So what you do is, I'm going to take a chisel with that notch and knock that seal out. And I'll bring you back when I get that out. Alright, again, here's the seal. UT459A. That's the seal that goes inside here. Right here. Make sure you put the seal in the right way. I don't know if you can see that. See the spring? That side there goes up, well, which is in towards the oil. So that side will go in. So let me put this in like that. Put that in like that, and I'll bring you right back. Okay, here's the felt seal. It goes right in here, which I cleaned all that up first before I put that in. Put that in. Just push it up in there. That keeps the dust and whatever out. Then the cover for that, I cleaned it up best I could. Now see, the bolts are not even. It only goes on one way, not that way. And that way. Nope. There we go. Goes on like that. Get your bolts. Remember, you got shims in there. You gotta get lined up. Hang on, I'll bring you back. Okay, got that back together. There's 4 half-inch bolts. Got it all cleaned up. That's what I lost when I was changing it, just dripping out. Now we're going to put the hub back on, and then the cat center, then the tire. I'll bring you back when I get more done. The other thing I should have mentioned was measure your hub to your axle if you want them back in the same spot. Always don't measure that. Measure off here to the axle. 3 1/8 to the taper. I put mine back where I had them, but yeah, if you need to move your hub in or out, here, this is a good time to do it when you got the hub off, of course. Sometimes they're a pain, so have fun with that. This one here, luckily, was loose. Sometimes you got to heat them and all kinds of stuff to get them to pop, but this one came right off.